Humanity's greatest mistake did not begin with a war declaration, a reckless general, or an act of malice. It began with a calibration error. The deep sky array on Luna was designed to listen, not speak. Its purpose was simple: detect faint gravitational ripples and neutrino echoes from the far edges of the galaxy, remnants of ancient supernovae and black hole mergers. It was the quietest instrument humanity had ever built. And on an otherwise unremarkable night shift, a junior systems engineer named Elias Rowan made a single adjustment to compensate for background interference from a passing solar storm. The correction amplified the array's output for precisely 0.8 seconds. For less than a heartbeat, Earth screamed into the void. No one noticed. The array's logs flagged the anomaly, but the system self-corrected. Elias filed a routine report and went home, annoyed that he'd probably get chewed out in the morning. Humanity slept peacefully, unaware that the signal, raw, mathematical, unmistakably artificial, had traveled faster and farther than anyone had thought possible. It reached something ancient. Far beyond human charts, in a region of space long written off as dead, the signal brushed against a lattice of dormant machines older than Earth's oceans. The lattice awoke. It recognized the pattern immediately. Thinking species. Within hours, a civilization that had slept for 10,000 years stirred. The Car Dominion had once ruled half the spiral arm, an empire forged through conquest and extinction. When their last war ended, they had sealed themselves away, leaving automated sentinels to watch for any species foolish enough to announce itself. The sentinels did their duty. 3 warships detached from a hidden shipyard embedded inside a rogue planet. They were not scouts. They were executioners. According to Car doctrine, any emerging civilization broadcasting unshielded intelligence was a threat that must be eliminated before it could grow. By dawn, they were already accelerating toward Sol. Earth's first warning came not from telescopes, but from panic. The Outer System Defense Network detected 3 massive objects translating into real space beyond Neptune. Their energy signatures were unlike anything human science could explain. Dense, controlled, and terrifyingly efficient. Emergency alerts cascaded through every military command on the planet. Within minutes, the United Earth Council convened. Admirals, scientists, and diplomats spoke over one another, fear thick in the air. "They're not responding to hails," Admiral Chan said grimly. "They're on a direct vector toward Earth." "How long?" the Secretary General asked. 36 hours. There was no time to build new weapons, no time to evacuate billions. Humanity stood on the edge of annihilation, facing an enemy that had crossed light years with casual ease. But humans had one advantage the Car had forgotten. They were unpredictable. Dr. Amina Kovacs, a xenolinguist and mathematician, studied the incoming sensor data while the world trembled. She noticed something strange. The ship's formation wasn't optimized for combat against a peer enemy. It was optimized for suppression, for extermination. "They don't see us as equals," she said quietly. "They see us as insects." "Then we're dead," someone muttered. "Not necessarily," Amina replied. "Insects survive by adaptation." She proposed a plan so desperate it bordered on insanity. Humanity would respond to the attack not with weapons, but with information. Every probe, satellite, and transmitter would be repurposed to broadcast a single message directly into the path of the warships. Not a plea. Demonstration. As the alien fleet crossed Uranus's orbit, they encountered a flood of data, compressed histories, simulations, art, and war records. They saw humanity's past. Wars fought with sticks and stones, then fire and steel, then atoms and algorithms. They saw a species that had nearly destroyed itself multiple times and survived every time by changing, learning, and enduring. Then came the final transmission. A live demonstration from Mars orbit. Human engineers had modified a prototype gravity shear device. Unfinished, unstable, and never tested at full power. The device was designed for asteroid deflection, not combat. Could barely be controlled. They fired it anyway. Base twisted. Not violently but precisely. A controlled distortion rippled outward and clipped the lead alien warship, not destroying it, but tearing away a section of its outer hull. The damage was superficial, yet the implications were staggering. The car warships halted. For the first time in millennia, the Dominion hesitated. Their sensors reported the impossible, a pre-interstellar species manipulating space-time itself, crude but effective. More troubling was the data archive still streaming into their systems. Human strategies emphasized resilience, asymmetry, and escalation under pressure. This was not prey behavior. The car commander, an intelligence construct older than most stars humanity could see, initiated a long dormant protocol. Dialogue. A single transmission, cold and precise, reached Earth. You have announced yourselves prematurely. This system is condemned. Explain why extinction should be delayed. The United Earth Council fell silent. Amina stepped forward and recorded the response herself. We made a mistake, she said. But we learn from our mistakes faster than anyone you've ever met. If you destroy us, you gain nothing. If you let us live, you gain something unpredictable. The pause that followed lasted nearly an hour. Then the warships changed course. They did not retreat. They did not attack. They entered a holding pattern at the edge of the system. The car had not spared humanity out of mercy. They had spared it out of caution. In their ancient history, every empire that had fallen did so because it underestimated something new. Humanity, flawed and reckless, had proven itself to be exactly that. The deep sky array was dismantled within weeks. Communication protocols were rewritten. Defensive research accelerated at a pace never before seen. Humanity did not celebrate survival, it prepared. As for the car Dominion, 3 warships remained in the dark beyond Neptune, watching, waiting. One mistake had awakened an empire. But it had also announced something far more dangerous to the galaxy than a careless signal. It had announced that humanity was awake too, and next time it would not be by accident.